All right, another episode of Pels Talk. We're here at Pelicans Media Day. We have a guy here, it's pretty important. I'm going to lead off with some facts about you. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know.
Okay.
But you're a husband, father, son, brother, philanthropist, investor, public speaker, business owner, president of the Players Association, entering your 12th season? 11th season. See, NBA trip. Career 20-point per game scorer, 2016 most improved player, and 2013 10th overall pick, Lehigh alum from Canton, Ohio, and a foodie, CJ McCollum.
That was a good bio. I like it.
Hey man, I kind of did my research, but when I read that off, like the one word that pops out to me is legacy. Mm-hmm. Seems like legacy is a thing for you. Somebody that buys 318 acres of land doesn't just think about themselves, has to be thinking forwardly. How would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a person who's very thoughtful in their approach. I kind of know what I want to get out of life. I know what skills God has given me, and I'm just trying to maximize them and take advantage of the blessings that I have. And I think we all get 24 hours in a day. It's just really strategic about how you use them, what time you wake up and when you go to sleep, and what are you accomplishing, during those awake hours. And I try to accomplish, things that are important to me, things that I care about. And I also think about what life is going to be like when I'm done playing, but also what life is going to be like when I'm no longer here and what I'm going to leave behind. And I think I'm heading in the right direction of doing some impactful work in the community, doing some impactful work where I come from and other places, and trying to make a difference and really take advantage of everything that I've been able to earn through hard work and dedication.
For sure. Speaking on those people that you kind of leave things towards, your son Jacoby, and you and your wife are expecting another child. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When you think about you being a father, how much has that changed you?
It's changed me a lot, man. It's the best part of life. I think for myself and my wife, being able to be parents and being able to co-parent our son together is the best blessing I could have ever imagined. You think that you like certain things, that you want certain things out of your life, and then when you get a kid, it really gives you perspective, it gives you clarity. We get joy out of just his day-to-day interactions, how he's growing, how he runs up to us, how he's excited. Everything is new for him, and it's new for us as first-time parents. But I think the greatest joy I've ever had in life is being a father and being able to raise my son with my wife. So I think in terms of perspective, in terms of clarity, in terms of appreciation for life, and I've always worked hard, but now you really just feel like you have a more true, more clear purpose. So I would say that fatherhood is the greatest gift one could ever have.
Perfect. This summer you had a couple speaking engagements. I was at one of them, the Up Next Elite Camp, put on by player development coach Brandon. One of the quotes that you kind of told them was, have unrealistic expectations of yourself, or unrealistic goals. Like, how has that, if you use that mantra to forward yourself?
Yeah, I went to a small school, right? I went to Lehigh University. I didn't start on varsity until my junior year of high school, and I always thought highly of myself. I always worked hard. I always, had this vision, this dream, this idea of what I wanted to accomplish. And I think the cool part is I knew how I was going to accomplish it, right? Like, I had goals and aspirations of going to the NBA. I had goals and aspirations of being a starter. Goals and aspirations of going to the playoffs, being impactful in the playoffs. I had goals and aspirations on ways in which I would take care of my family. Goals and aspirations on how I would do it in terms of my process, working out at 6 a.m., working out at night, getting up shots, lifting, eating. I knew what sacrifices I was going to have to make to accomplish the things that I wanted, and I've been willing to do that. And I think that's the hard part for a lot of people, is figuring out what you're willing to give up for what you truly desire. And I was willing to do whatever it took to be successful in terms of sacrificing, whether that's sacrificing sleep, whether that's sacrificing play, whether that's sacrificing family time. When you really want to be great at something, you figure out how to dedicate your time, your energy, and your effort towards it. And I've done that consistently, and I've had big goals. I've had big dreams my whole life, and I've accomplished a lot of them, and I still have a lot left out there to accomplish, and it's going to take more work. It's going to take more sacrifice. It's going to take strategic effort, right? Like figuring out when to do stuff and when to just kind of chill and relax, when to turn it up, when to really work hard. And I'm just thankful that I've been fortunate enough to accomplish a lot of things I set out to accomplish while having a great supporting cast around me in terms of my family, in terms of my wife, the people who have truly brought great value, my mom, my dad, to my upbringing, to my development, and people that are going to hold me accountable for the things that I say I want to accomplish.
For sure. You talk about strategy, you talk about consistency. You've nearly averaged 20 points per game for the last better half of the decade, right? Mm-hmm. I've watched you via post-practice. You've shot this one-handed floater for about 20 minutes. Like, it was off the top right corner. And the very next game, the first quarter, you shot a sweeping right hook. It's like up, sweeping right, like floater off the glass. Mm-hmm. And I said, for somebody to be strategic and dedicated, they had to do that constantly for that one opportunity to happen in the game. Yeah. I don't think, casual fans or just NBA fans understand like what it really takes to be a 20-point per game scorer. Like, how do you feel like your consistency has led you to the point where you are?
I think it's the work, it's the preparation. Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000-hour rule. I put so much time into this game. I put so much time, energy, thought. My days are planned out around basketball. What time I eat, what time I go to sleep, what time I take naps, how I work out, how I recover, how many shots a day I shoot, how many lifts I want to get in per week, stability days, core days, conditioning days. Like, my life has revolved around this game for so long. And the reward is, being able to take care of your family, having success, being financially stable, and performing at a level that you're accustomed to and that people grow accustomed to, right? They get used to it and they take it for granted because it's so consistent. It's like you just kind of know what's going to happen. And I think that's a good place to be in, where people kind of know what you're going to do. And for me, I hold myself to an even higher standard. I hold myself to a higher place because of how I work and how I prepare. Like, I shoot a lot. I work on my handle. I work on my vision. I watch film. I watch outside of the coaching staff. I don't think there's anybody that watches more film than me, right? You know what I mean? In terms of breaking down the game and really trying to understand how to be impactful, how to adapt, how to change, how to be in a different situation and still be yourself while empowering the people around you. And I think for me, I've grown a lot mentally. Physically, I do what I'm supposed to do to take care of myself. But I think mentally is the next step, in terms of the maturation of being in the league for 10 years, being a starter for, 11, being a starter for 9 years. You really try to grow in certain areas, and I think the growth comes mentally. Once you get over 30, you still have the physical attributes, but mentally you're sharper. You understand how to prepare, you understand what to work on, how to work, and I put a lot of time into this game, so I'm not surprised when I do have success.
CJ, I'm a big rhythm person, right? Mm-hmm. I think your rhythm is like one of the most unique rhythms in the NBA. When it comes to like dribbling the basketball, the way you're not the most athletic guy, of course, but the way you get guys off balance and off kilter to get by them. Who are those people that influence you? Where does your rhythm come from?
I think it comes from how I was raised. My mother, my father, but also my brother. We worked out together our entire life. He's the one that trained me, physically and mentally, and prepared me for what it's going to take to be successful. He's the one that still watches my games. We still work out together in the summertime, and I stole a lot of my game from him. The rhythm, the movement, the pace, the pivots, the footwork. Never been the fastest, never been the strongest, never been the most athletic, and yet, I'm still very hard to guard and very hard to stop. And I think it's strategic, but a lot of it is just figuring out how to be impactful. Everything starts with the mind and the body, right? As long as I'm healthy, I feel like I can play for as long as I want to. And I think I got a lot of control over my preparation. I got a lot of control over my skill set, and I got a lot of control over how the game evolves. My game can change, right? I can shoot, I can dribble, I can pass. I can finish at three different levels, right? I can shoot threes, catch and shoot. I can shoot threes off the bounce. I can shoot on the move. I got a midi, I got a floater, I got paint finishing. I'm getting better in pick and roll. I'm becoming a better passer, a better understanding of pace, flow, how to manage the game. All that stuff is coming together, but I feel like I'm getting better. And I think my teammates would attest. I think the staff would say that as they watch me. They watch the way I work. They watch the way I approach this game. As I get older, I think that my game gets better. I get a better understanding of how to be impactful every night.
Last question before we get you out of here. Really like two. You've been playing in the facility. You were playing a lot of Wayne, right? Listening to a lot of Wayne in your workout video you posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have to, now this is very important, you have to rank the Carter albums 1 through 4. Now, CJ.
No, I can't do that.
New Orleans you can't do it.
1 through 4?
Just 1 through 4, just the Carter 1 through 4. You have to rank them. New Orleans is watching.
That's tough.
We can rain check it.
Rain check it.
Rain check it. All right,
Check it, man. Now I gotta play him through. I gotta play it straight through. I can't just give you the like on the spot. That's an emotional decision. Now I gotta play it through again and listen to it.
This is one of those questions that are asked in uptown barbershops.
Carter 2.
Yeah. All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
2. Carter 3. I ain't gonna do it right now.
All right, look,
I gotta listen to it again. Listen to it again.
Last season, you spoke to the home crowd to the effect of you guys wanted to hang a banner in the Smoothie King Center.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the goal? Is that a real expectation for this team?
Absolutely. I mean, I think we have control over what we have control over. Preparation, mentality, work ethic. Your thoughts become your reality. And I think for us, we know the talent is there. We understand we're a very good team. We have to be healthy and we have to have the right habits to remain healthy. And some things are going to happen, right, that you can't control. Like, I was hurt. We had guys banged up. It's going to happen. You can't control it. But it's more so how you respond. And I think this year we will respond well to adversity because we've gone through 8, 9-game winning streaks and 10-game losing streaks. And we've been number one in the West, and we've been out of the playoffs battling for a spot. So I think that adversity is really good for your Bills' character. And if we're healthy, I don't think it's a question of if we're going to hang a banner. It's just a matter of when.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. This has been another episode of Pro Pels Talk. This is CJ McCollum. Peace.
This podcast is presented by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. Birdsall Law Firm is a family practice that has been a staple in the greater New Orleans area since 1963. Specializing in automobile accidents and slip and falls for the past 60 years, you can trust the Birdsall Law Firm to handle your claim professionally while treating you like family in the process. The Birdsall Law Firm is located at 918 Poydras Street near the Superdome. Give them a call today at 504-523-5413 or message them on Instagram if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Be sure to mention Boot Crew Media sent you to get your free consultation today. Once again, you can reach them at 504-523-5413.